Noah Johnson is in the studio with us. Finally, we've had him on the show. He has become the face of WVU's esports team, has had great success, and we've always talked about getting you in here, man, and saying, like, we got to sit down because we got to figure this thing out. You know, we're just old guys looking at this whole new world, and we're super intrigued by it all. And so I thought, like, let's just chat. So how are you, man? First things first, good summer?
Yeah, it was a great summer. Appreciate you guys having me on.
Oh, it's our pleasure. Any good trips? You go anywhere?
I went to Florida for a week, so that was pretty fun. And then I was down in North Carolina for a week at the
Good.
beaches, so that was fun.
Good deal. Good deal. You're an econ major.
Yep.
Just a baby still, a sophomore.
Yeah, a little youngin.
a little young, so it's going well. Let's bring people up to speed, because when we talk about the growth of esports and where it's going and how WVU has kind of like jumped in and said, we're going to do this, and we're going to do this at a really super high level. That's kind of the story. And as they're starting to put the program and the team together, they ID'd you and they said, when it comes to recruiting, you're the guy that we have to have. That's pretty much it, right? They wanted you right from the beginning to be the face of the program.
Yep. When Josh came over from his previous school, he was like, I was the guy that he wanted, and so we started with me and MADDEN. And I mean, it's crazy. This year we're gonna have so many different teams in Valorant, Rocket League, Call of Duty. We just got a new stud from I'm pretty sure he's from California, or he's somewhere on the West Coast for Rocket League. So yeah, we're gonna be opening some eyes, not only in MADDEN but in all the games.
So Josh is the coach, for those that don't know, and so how did he find you? How did he know that you were the dude?
The world of social media. I mean, yeah, he was watching some of my professional games, and he saw that I was playing for Maryland in the collegiate tournament, and he reached out and he was like, "You wanna take this thing to West Virginia?" And I was like, "I've never been to West Virginia before, but I came and visited and I loved it, so now I'm here."
So you hadn't been. So you lived just outside of Baltimore, but you'd never been to West Virginia, even though it's pretty close.
No, I'd never been to West Virginia.
Okay, so and Greg's a big recruiting guy in football, basketball. So he makes a call and says, what do you do? Just say, come on over here and visit?
Yeah, he was like, "I'll show you around Morgantown and see if you like it." And yeah, it was pretty fun.
So you come over and you visit, and he literally offers you and says, you come and we got a scholarship for you.
Yeah, and it's kind of like I'm going to be the face of the program while we're building, because like I was like the only guy for MADDEN and just like all of the program, because like esports is obviously like a ton of different games. And in this past year, we've been able to build a couple of different teams for a couple of different games.
All right, so let's walk down memory lane here. First time you played Madden. Now, guys, wait. First video game when you started to go like, this is pretty cool. What game? What'd you start on?
It was MADDEN.
It was Madden.
Because like I played video games. Like the reason I started playing video games was like I would watch football on Sunday, and I was like, they make a video game for this? Like this is awesome. So like try to replicate like what Michael Vick, like he was one of my favorite players just because he's insane in Madden. Replicate what he was doing and all those guys, Calvin Johnson, and try to replicate that in the game. And that's kind of how I picked up the game.
How old?
I was like 10.
Amazing. So, explain an actual competition, at least at the collegiate level. Is it all remote? Do you guys travel? I've seen some of these events where they're big crowds in arenas. Do they do that at the college level?
So for the college tournaments so far, I don't know what they're doing this year. They haven't released it yet. Hopefully it's in person, but yeah, they have all been remote.
And when you play professionally, though, those are where, right? Not
Yeah.
In a non-COVID world, you ultimately make it to like that. Vegas is where it was supposed to be last year, right?
Yeah, so I've been to like Vegas, California, Florida. EA has a couple studios, so they have one in Florida and one in Redwood City, California. And so we play at their studios, or sometimes we play in Vegas. But yeah, moral of the story, yeah, we travel all the time prior to COVID. After COVID, everything was remote. But hopefully this year, I think 3 of the tournaments are online, but I think the final tournament, like the big our Super Bowl, is in person, which will be really fun.
You had a huge year. It was November, right, of last year when you got rolling, and you won the collegiate, right, championship, and then you went like it was 2 weeks later. You played in a big professional event.
It was like 4 days later.
4 days later.
It was pretty quick. I won like 2 of the biggest tournaments in like a week span, basically. So November was definitely, and then had Thanksgiving, so that was fun too.
Hey, Mom, Dad, I got the turkey. Don't you worry about it. I got it all covered. Financially, that was like 75 to win the college?
I think the college was 25,000,
25?
and then the professional tournament first place was 75,000.
So you made 100. Made
Yeah,
100.
in that week span. So that was pretty fun, for sure.
And the greatest thing is, unlike college sports used to be, you can play college and you can be a pro both at the same time.
Yeah, so I was actually like a pro when I was in high school. My first tournament, I was a senior in high school. So
Where's the list? Like, where's the list that says best Madden players in the world right now? Like, who keeps that list?
yeah, so there's actually like a ranking system that EA does. Right now I'm number 3. I was number 1 for about like during that span in November, December, and January. I was number 1 for like 2 or 3 months. But I had a rough ending. Came in like 8th place, I think, in the big tournament, which obviously I want to come in first because that's a $250,000 prize pool, and it shows that you're the best player in the world. But this year, that's my one goal, to win it. It's called the Madden Bowl, to win that tournament in February.
So keys, just for Madden people. So, and there are a lot of those out there. I mean, you can't give all the secrets, but give us the keys to being really good at Madden besides just a quick wrist and a thumb or forefinger.
Yeah, so Madden, unlike a lot of the esports, is like a really big thinking game. Like, it's not too much on like your hand-eye coordination and stuff like that, where like the competitive shooters. But for me, at least personally, for Madden, I like to just limit my turnovers. I think that's a big thing because obviously, if you're not giving away the ball, you can score touchdowns.
Sound football, Coach
Yeah.
Hunter. It's the same thing. Don't turn it over.
Yeah, so I like to run the ball a lot because the worst thing that happens, especially in Madden, because if you play on this thing called conservative, you can't fumble. So the worst thing that happens is you just lose yards because passing's scary. You can throw picks. You can do so many different things. Running the ball, play defense is kind of how I like to play. Let your opponent make mistakes.
You said that you tailed off at the end of last season. You weren't happy with how you finished. What happened?
I just started making mental mistakes. I think was the biggest thing. Lost focus on a couple of the big plays. I ended up on the last play of the game in the third tournament. I lost on a 2-point conversion, so that was fun. Last play of the game, 1 for 2 to win it all. You know, gotta let your nuts hang. Go for the win, and it didn't work out. So it is what it is. And then in the final tournament, I got stopped on my. It's called a money drive. Your game-winning drive got stopped.
So you're too young to know this, but Nebraska played for the national championship against the University of Miami. Same situation. Came down to the last play. They could have kicked the ball for a tie, and at that time, ties stood, and they would have won the national championship because the voters would have voted them. But their coach, Tom Osborne, he said, we're going to go for 2. Didn't make it, and just said, there's your national championship. And, so we credit you for having the intestinal fortitude to do that. What do you think is the biggest mistake that young players make or players make when they play Madden? Like, what's the red flag that you go like, no, dude, you can't do that?
I think just playing really risky, going for big plays every single time, 1-play touchdowns. You're going for the bombs. Because like that's going to work when you're playing against like lower tier guys, but when you're playing the top dogs, like they know how to stop that, obviously. So you kind of just got to play slow and play relaxed and like have control the whole time. Because I know when I was first starting to play, like I would just like right when I saw that I'm playing a top player, I'd get nervous and be like, oh, he's going to know how to stop everything. Like I gotta just go for a big play, and that's what we want you to do, because now you're just going to lose pretty quickly. So I think it's just staying controlled and staying focused.
Future of this at the college level, NCAA sanctioned sports. I mean, could you see you guys playing in the Coliseum for a national championship in an NCAA tournament type setting?
That would be awesome, and I definitely do see that. You look at the events for every game, Madden, Rocket League, you name it. They have huge crowds. Like they fill out. I know COD Champs recently just had their biggest tournament of the year.
That'd be Call of Duty.
Yeah,
Call of Duty.
Call of
Folks.
Duty.
COD, Call of Duty.
Yeah. So they filled out. I'm pretty sure they played at the USC basketball stadium, and they filled out the whole place. And so I could definitely see it happening, and esports are definitely on the rise.
Yeah. Well, and the reason is it's money. And when the people that put these events together, when athletic departments look at it and say, hey, we can generate dollars off of this, then I do think that it does become part of it. We go from an older gentleman to a younger guy. Noah Johnson is with us. We were talking during the break. Everyone wants to get better. Everyone wants to learn how to play. And you told me that you've moved into, you're doing some coaching as well.
Yeah, so I sell ebooks, coaching, all that stuff. That's what a lot of the Madden players do on the side, and it's super fun because I get to teach a ton of guys like how to get better. And so guys will start out as like average players, and then soon they're like I've taught some guys, and they're starting to compete like at the lower levels. And I mean, I think there soon will be one of the top guys, which is awesome.
Okay, what's the website? Where can people get a hold of you?
So it's teamgetlucky.com, and the reason the name is that is because that's our crew. So a bunch of my friends and I that all play Madden, we go by TGL, which is Team Get Lucky, because that's the brand. You got to get lucky in order to win the game. So yeah, teamgetlucky.com is where we sell our ebooks and coaching.
Okay, so they can hook you up there.
Yep.
I would imagine there's probably a pretty good fraternity of guys. You guys get along, but is there, just between us, is there anyone that you guys just go like, that guy is? Do you dislike somebody? You dislike some of these guys?
I mean,
come on, you can tell us.
When we're playing, of course, like I gotta not like you because I can't be friends because there's only one guy who wins. So of course there is no friends at the top. But no, it's a super close knit community for sure. When there is like a new guy coming in, like when it was my first time when I was like 16, 17, they do kind of like shun you away because like they don't want a new guy coming in.
Taking
like,
money.
But yeah, exactly. So like, but now that I'm like at the top, it's like I don't like these new kids either. Like I don't want any of these new kids because they're all so good. These 15, 16-year-old kids, I mean, like I feel old at 20.
Yeah. So you're 3 in the world currently.
Yep.
Who's 1 and 2? You know those cats?
Yeah, so this guy named Henry is number 1 in the world, and so
where's he from? Where's he live?
He lives in Austin, Texas.
Okay.
So he won the biggest tournament of the year. I think he won like $400,000 last year. And then the second player in the world is this guy named Wesley, who actually just joined our crew recently. So
he's with you now.
Yeah, so we're teaming up this year, so that should be pretty fun. And he came in second. He actually beat me in the last tournament of the year, so it's kind of like a Kevin Durant Warriors situation. But
who do you normally use when you play? Who's your team?
Well, so we play Ultimate Team, so it's kind of like all the different teams. So like Michael Vick is sometimes the quarterback, Brett Favre, all those, and then sometimes it's like Tom Brady. But when we're playing regs, this past year I used the Packers a lot because Aaron Rodgers is the best quarterback. So it's really just depending on your quarterback, and then they have a really fast defense.
We think of this as being a young sport. You see, at 20, you are in the old guy. Are there any guys that are really somewhat old in this?
No, I mean, I would say like the oldest guy is maybe like in his 30s. So yeah, like because like as I said, like Madden is like as opposed to the other esports, because you look at like Call of Duty, Rocket League, like you don't see a guy past like 22 just because like. I mean, your hand-eye coordination is just, it dwindles, but Madden is more of a thinking game, so you have until like you're 30 maybe.
That's wild. I didn't think of it that way. Have you ever farted around with the college games that are coming back? It'll be coming next year. You know, Pat White, Steve Slayton, they were like the ultimate guy. Have you ever delved into that at all?
Oh, that was my favorite game. NCAA, I think it was 13 was the last college football game. Oh, they're so fun. There's one mode where you get to play with like the mascots and stuff, so that's super fun. But I can't. I'm super excited. I think it's coming out this summer.
Yeah, I think this summer
or like this
for next year.
Next summer, so like 12 months from now.
Yeah, well, that's wild, man. That's wild. I'm glad we had to meet you. We're gonna keep track of this because as you guys grow. And it continues. I mean, it's the brand of WVU that's out there nationally, and it's super fun. Give me your website one more time. Team Get Lucky.
Yep, teamgetlucky.com. So for all your ebooks, if you wanna get better at the game, that's where we post them.
But you'll also, what do? You do Zoom when you teach guys how to play?
It's through Discord, which you guys might not even. You guys know Discord?
Dude, I'm on Discord.
Okay. I just gotta make sure. I didn't know you guys on Discord.
Tony's much more up to date on this than
that's
I.
That's how your guy Josh communicates with me. But I'll be honest with you, like I need someone to sit down with me because it's like it's convoluted, isn't it?
Yeah, Discord is for the gamers. So I wasn't sure if you guys knew about Discord, but yeah, we do a lot of stuff through Discord.
All right, man. Well, good deal. It's good to meet you, and we wish you the very best of luck.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, there he is, Noah Johnson,